Thank you very much for speaking to us. This is a road safety initiative. You have been associated with brands for many years now. I first want to talk to you about this initiative. Why is this something that's close to your heart? Why is it that you're present in person to promote something like this?
Over the years, there are different phases in your life, and obviously this perhaps started as a commercial venture when I joined up with Hyundai 18 years ago, and then Hyundai has done well, I've done well, and I think all of us have grown with the company. And you reach a stage and you say, listen, enough of just talking about cars. Let's talk about things which are even more important to people and to us. We are parents now, and you all the time, all of us do this. We come to India or to a city which is crowded and say, God, the city is going now, the traffic's so crazy, man, look at these people. But we normally don't tend to have time to do anything about it. Me too, maybe I don't have the time, I may be cribbing, but in my own small way. But this is not just symbolic. In my own small way, I would like to participate in this and, make it like a national drive with the help of Hyundai. And I've been telling them, and today was very inspiring, hearing the stuff. When you get to know the figures and how children are suffering, and we never look at that, and we all love our children. I think it's important that Hyundai and me, we kind of broaden our field of doing things, and everybody has a corporate,
the CSR to perhaps put
the campaigns we have to do, and if you have to do it, let's make it meaningful. I think it's a great fit. A car company talking about traffic safety for kids. I like kids. We all like cars, and I think it's important to send this message out, and I hope it picks up. I want it to be like a big movement, hopefully.
I wonder if you would want the traffic situation to get cleared, because 2 days back you said traffic is your me time, so I'm not so sure about that. But
no, I'll still find people crowding my car. I won't have to worry. Yeah, okay, it will change from a 2-hour drive to 1.5 hours.
That's right.
I still get my me time.
You'll still get your me time.
Or if it becomes very clear, then I'll just go for a drive for my me time.
Fair enough point indeed. Because we represent Indian business, and I want to ask you a very frank question. You are associated with many brands. How do you choose which brands do you get associated with? Your association with Hyundai dates back to about 18 long years now. Do brands not bind you down? How do you decide this is what I'm going to endorse, this is what I'm not going to endorse?
There are 2 or 3 parts to it. The first part I always answer is, I think, when you have a known brand like Hyundai or say Pepsi or Tag Heuer, which are internationally known, and otherwise also Indian brands which are known. I think first thing is that they choose you. You become the employee. You cannot imagine that you're a superstar or a big star and they want that face only. It's very difficult. I run a small business, and I wonder sometimes, would I be able to put just my face on the business? I don't know. He may not be just the right fit.
You have to be your best brand ambassador though.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to put somebody else's face, I would like, is this good enough for my business? 40-year-old company, 100-year-old companies putting faces of people and just kind of allowing it to flow so freely. So I think a brand chooses you. I have a team of people over the years now. Earlier it was just me. But now I have a team of people who I tell all these wonderful ladies, I'll tell them, listen, go and find out, is it all right to be doing this? Because I can only know that much. It's unfair to expect me to know everything about the product I do. I love the car, but I don't know the technology that goes behind it. We can figure it out, find out. And sometimes they go wrong and people tell you that you're the brand ambassador and things. And then lately, I kind of decided some brands I don't do. I mean, I'm not very righteous about that sometimes, but, maybe alcohol, cigarettes.
Is it at one level unfair, though, to ask celebrities to know everything about the brands that they endorse? I mean, it happened with Nestle, people were being pulled up. But is it fair for people to know what noodles were being made, what was going inside them?
See, there are institutions and the agencies to check on these things. I always say this, if there is a brand here for 20-25 years, then obviously those agencies have also overlooked something. It has passed their checks and, tests. So how would you expect the ambassador, who's not the agency, not into checking and testing, to find out everything? But having said that, I think a basic understanding of your brand is also important for the brand ambassador to be able to talk about the brand properly. I mean, I do make it a point, like whenever I meet for shootings, especially, I may never have meetings otherwise, but what I'll do is I'll sit down with the team and say, so how's it doing? Is it better than that car? And have you got a new plant? Are we coming out with something which is a secret? And what's the new fuel injection technology that you're putting in?
Which is perhaps why you get more brand endorsements than most of your other colleagues do. Maybe that's the reason for a lot of people lining up to you. I have a question to ask. If we at ET now are in the business of money, we help people make money, create wealth. As somebody who
Help
sells
me.
dreams, you don't need any help. But as somebody who sells dreams, he knows the big world. What does wealth mean to you? And would life be the same without it?
See, wealth and money are two different things. I'm very clear on that.
Let's talk about the two different things.
Yeah, see, money is, you know, you do a job and you just take that money as a, I'm not saying salary, just take that money and spend it. Wealth has a little more value to it. It is a little more long term. Also, I think that wealth stands for something. It stands for a service or a product that you would like to do for a lifetime. So when I started off as an actor, you know, I had nothing, and you know, and with all due respect, at the age of 25, 26, when you have nothing, all you want to do is earn money. Obviously, I'm going to earn money. I'm going to earn so much money. And as the years have passed, I really don't perhaps need to earn money anymore, but I do still need
to create wealth.
And when I say wealth, it's not the properties. I want to be able to make a product which has made me and give back and still be making the profits, etc. I think if you start changing lives through your product, you know, earlier, money is when you change just your life by selling that product. Wealth is when you're able to touch and change lives of people. I'm not saying films change it, but at least touch people's lives a little more.
If you can put that smile on a face that walks in to watch your movie, I think you create a little bit of wealth there.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. Do you keep a tab on where your money is being invested, how it's growing?
I have no idea.
Do you know where your money is invested, whether it's equity, mutual funds, realty, gold?
I'm sure it's not in equity and mutual funds. Or mutual funds it might be, but equity no. I've never done any equity. But I have 2 or 3 old generation conventional
investors who help you?
Not investors, account stuff, big daddies in my office, and they've been looking after it. I never ask them anything. I get very bored with money talk. I get extremely bored with money talk. I know how to make it.
Yeah.
I can do it because I know the opportunity cost. If I get an opportunity, I never lose an opportunity to earn. I try to do it, whatever it takes. But I've never been interested in
Do you think you enjoy the money that you earn?
No. I enjoy making the money. I don't enjoy the money that I earn at all.
You know, you started
only except for I can make my own films. I think I must be one of the few people who's able to invest his own money in a film.
And money gives you that liberty to make the kinds of movie that you want to make, to make a Ravan.
Yeah. And the kind of, sometimes the films I should not make. But
you name the ones that you wouldn't make?
No, I would make them all over again. But you know, the reason I could make them is that I didn't have to answer to a banker or a investor at a party and like, hi, and you know, can I have a, you know, I don't want to chat with people if I've lost their money.
You started off by saying that you run a small business. It isn't small by any standards. Modesty is not your best virtue, so don't even try that. But who do you turn to for business advice? Are they businessmen that you admire in India and overseas?
The last 2 years, I have created a team of people. Our CEO, Mr. Venki, and Gaurav. I've got people who know business, because I didn't understand business at all, and I was going all over the place. It was very unhygienic what I was doing. I was just all over the place. I had a cricket team, I had Kidzania, I had film production, I had VFX, I was just going on, and all I did was I was
keep a tab on.
Yeah, and I had mostly all wonderful women working, so all I was doing was taking them out for dinner and trying to sort out issues between each other, and then some other guy was fighting somewhere, and then unfortunately I lost my main man, Bobby. You know, he had a sudden brain malfunction, and he just it was very sudden, so everything was just going everywhere. So I tried to professionalize it. And otherwise, I get very intrigued and very interested. I meet some of the biggest business people in the world socially, and some are friends also. I like to talk to them and hear what they're doing. You know, when I went to Jamnagar and saw what a man's dream is, I'm like, wow, how was this so big? Why was it? And apparently, the land was not good there, and it kind of fell apart, and he did it all over again. I can't even think that way. You know, I went to my friend's Rajiv Bajaj's motorcycle factory just to see how it's made, and there are thousands of them, and I'm very intrigued by the bigness of what people can imagine in terms of business. That's why I say mine is small. I mean, think of big films. Yes, I do think of big films, but I've not really had that big dream of. And I sit down and chat with them, and I understand, and they also have very basic knowledge. None of them turn around and give me some spiel. Or maybe
they're not
telling
tips
me
to make money.
Yeah.
I have a quick last question to ask of you before I take a very small rapid fire, which is on nothing controversial. you're very active on social media. You tweet personal stuff, you tweet about your movies. Do you believe actors like yourselves, and you're perhaps the biggest brand in India today, do you believe actors like yourself have an opportunity to connect with social media, or at one level you feel you're hounded because there are issues where people start trolling you, they've become very abusive? How do you balance the two things out?
Yeah, sometimes they're very abusive. Well, recently, yeah. You have to overlook it. You have a lot of patience. You have to believe there's a lot of cynicism coming your way because you're a public figure. You have to find excuses to accept it. Just as a well-brought-up person, I don't think there's any excuse for that kind of behavior where you are threatening my little daughter. It's not, yeah, and it's sad. But I'll tell you, if you're on social media, I don't think you can take the higher ground and say, "Yahan achai honi chahiye, yahan pe burai nahi hai." It's going to be that, and a lot of people sometimes say, "Oh, but the odd part is, if I wrote something harsh, it's like, oh my God, why is this? How you can't say this? He's an icon. He's this thing." So you got to keep quiet and just have fun. So I do a little bit of philosophy. I do a few pictures of my kids. Sometimes talk about my films, and I had really thought that I would find a medium where I'd be able to express things which I'm normally not asked at a press conference because nobody gets the time. If I'm at a press conference, people normally ask me about the product I'm doing. They don't get to know what has transpired in my life, and I can talk about. But unfortunately, I think even social media is not that place.
Shah, do you think as a star that you are okay to have an opinion? I mean, people in India don't seem to appreciate that. People in India
come
down...
No, you should not have an opinion. I think I should just have opinion on what my heroines look like and which one is fantastic.
Does that irritate you? Does that bog you down sometimes? That why can you not be a thinking actor? Why can you not have an opinion?
It irritates me more that people have a radical reaction to a simple opinion. So then I choose the lesser of the two evils. I'd rather not have that radical reaction, and I'd rather keep quiet.
And you'd rather talk about the beautiful heroines?
I'd rather talk about beautiful ladies of the world. Yeah, I'm an expert at that. I'm not expert at politics or any aspect that I'm talked about, economics or business. I'm the wrong guy in the wrong place even now.
All right, let me ask you a quick few last questions. One word answered there. The song that you're listening to on loop right now?
I like Geru a lot, and there's a song called Daire. Sorry, this is for my own film. But there's a song I like of One Direction. I forget the words. I'm not very well versed with English music, but I like a song called Daire and Gerwa, which is playing in
Gerwa is beautiful, actually.
Yeah,
the game you're hooked on to presently?
I'm always on to FIFA 2016.
And who are you competing it with?
Varun Dhawan, Boman Irani, Varun Sharma. The girls just sit down and cheer.
Not the
No, he's in London. He plays the other one with the shooting.
And who's winning between all of you?
Right now, Boman and me are neck to neck. In a team, me and Varun Dhawan beat Varun Sharma and Boman. He's going to kill me for saying this on television.
Do you like losing?
To my kids, yes.
Are you a bad loser in general?
I will never let you know that, but yeah, I don't like it.
The book on your bedside, if you're reading one at all.
Right now I've not had the time, but no, right now I'm not reading a book, unfortunately, no.
So the Delhi winter or the Mumbai rain?
6 months Delhi winter, 6 months Mumbai rain.
Raj in DDLJ or Raj in Dilwale?
Shah Rukh in both films.
Simran in DDLJ or Meera in Dilwale? You cannot say Kajol in both films.
No, I won't repeat myself. I think Meera in Dilwale. She's really cool in the film. Really cool, very different, yeah.
She looks stunning. If stranded on a lonely island, Shah Rukh Khan would be found with?
Loneliness.
You want me found with
some product you want to take? I'll take Hyundai Santro.
You've just made Hyundai. I'm very happy. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for speaking to us.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.